Hey everybody, going to give you a quick down and dirty on MLS searches. First we'll go over a single property search, then we'll go over a search for your clients, and then we'll go and do a search for comparable properties. Okay, so the first one, you're on your dashboard here on the MLS. You're going to go click on search. You'll notice residential, commercial, income, vacant land, and rental. If you're looking for a rental property, don't click on residential, click on rental because they won't come up on residential. But if you're looking for residential homes for sale, go to residential, just click on the quick search and it'll give you your general templated criteria. It automatically defaults to active properties, okay? But if you're looking for pendings, withdrawn, solds, etc., just click on the boxes. Notice it defaults to 0 to 180 days. Keep in mind that these boxes are range boxes, so if you're looking for a property and it doesn't show up active, then go to pending, then go to temporary, off the market, withdrawn and sold, see if it pops up to determine whether it's under contract. Also active, with contracts becoming more popular too, so you'll want to check on that as well. But on these range boxes, you have ranges here and ranges here. If I just put in 180 days, it's only going to look for pendings that are exactly 180 days old. Okay, so you always want to put a range, and you can make the range whatever you want. On this side, if you're looking for a home or homes for a search for 3-bedroom homes, or you're looking for a search of homes with a certain price range, if you just put 100,000 here, it's only going to search for properties that are exactly $100,000, and the same thing for all of these. If you just put in the actual number 3 to 1,000 square feet, that's exactly what it's going to look for. So you always want to put range. In this case, we're just looking for an active property. The buyer called and said, hey, I saw this property in Altamont. I think it's 829 South Meander Drive. Can you look it up for me and send it to me, or give me the particulars? Sure, no problem. Or even if you have somebody on the phone. So I just typed in 829, and immediately results start pulling up here, okay? And always start general and then work to specific. So we'll just type in Meander, and we already have one search. So let me just verify that that's the right one. Altamont Springs. I'll put in city, and we still have the one match. So I don't even need to go into all this criteria. I found my match already. So I'm going to go to results. Once I hit results, it'll give me all my results here. It gives the general information on the synopsis form here, who the agent is, the office name, the list price per square foot, $131, single family home, River Run, Altamont Springs, etc. So if I want to view the property, I just click on the MLS ID number. And boom, here's my property. It gives me all my particulars. The status, the list price, the year built. It's a bank-owned property. 23 days on market. 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And I can tell you for a bank-owned that this is overpriced for that area. That's just my opinion. But here you can click on the pictures. See all the pictures. If you want the pictures bigger, you can just click directly on the picture and it'll bring it up this way. Important information up top. Just hover over the icon if you don't know what it is. If you want to view photos, if you want to view the map, virtual tour. Probably the two most important ones are this one right here, which is your attachments. Okay, they call it supplements. But if the listing has required documents that either need to be reviewed, signed, or whatever, you'll see this icon here. If there aren't any attachments, this icon won't be here. So obviously there's documents that need to be seen or filled out. So you just click on the icon and boom, all the documents that are required for this listing are right here, okay? And if you want to view one or print it out, you would just pull it up and there it is, okay? So it is important that you, before you submit any offers or consider submitting offers, that you see if there's any attachments and click to see what those attachments are. Typically, it's documents like this if it's Fannie Mae or another bank-owned type of property. There might be a seller's disclosure attached, or an appraisal or something to that effect. So make sure, if that's there, that you look at it. The other one is this blue square with yellowish orange dots. That's your showing times. So when you want to request a showing, you just click on this box. It'll take you to showing time. The first thing it'll do is verify your information. You hit schedule a showing, and it'll give you the showing instructions. If there's not any showing instructions, this one, it says vacant and on electronic lockbox. But if for whatever reason there's not showing instructions, you can always look down at Realtor Remarks. And if there's still nothing there, then you need to contact the agent directly. Okay, so that's a basic search. So let's go back to residential search and let's say, okay, we have a client who's looking for 3-bedroom, 2-bath properties in Altamont Springs. And their price range, they don't want to pay any more than $200,000. Okay, that's usually what you'll get. Is we don't want to pay more than that. You'll always want to find out, okay, that's fine. What do you want your monthly mortgage payment to be, and then determine from that. That's usually the best way to determine what their price points are. Always get your clients pre-approved first, obviously. But let's say the highest they want to go is $200,000. Okay, and they want a single-family home. So we're going to look at active properties. And we can go down here to property style and click on single-family home so it doesn't pull up townhomes or condos or anything else. And then come over here and say, okay, no higher than $200,000. So let's say I don't want 500 properties coming up, and I do want to maximize the potential of this search and not waste anyone's time. So we'll say between 150 to 200. Now remember, just put 150 to 200 because this is in thousands, right? So it automatically will put 3 zeros at the end of it. Total bedrooms, they said they wanted 3 bedrooms minimum. So, okay, let's just say 3 to 5. Always put in a range. It's better for your searches because you never know. You might pull up some type of gem that they fall in love with. They want at least 2 bathrooms, so we'll say 2 to 4. They want 1,500 square feet. Okay, so we'll say 1,500 to 2,000. And this one you do have to put in the 1,000. And again, always put in a range or it'll look exactly, if you just put one number in here, it'll look for exactly that number. Year build's not important. They told us that at pool, they'd like a pool, so do they matter if it's a community pool or a private pool? They wanted a private pool. Okay, acreage, how many acres do they want? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to them, so we won't put anything. Okay, they told us they want to be in Altamont Springs. So we can go straight to city and put Altamont Springs. And we see that 8 matches come up. Okay? So again, you can be as specific as you want or as general as you want with this. If you want to add additional fields, you would go down to the bottom and you see add and remove. I've added some fields here already. If there was nothing added, there would be nothing down here. You just go to add or remove. And these are all the other options that are available to you for fields. If you want to add any of these, you just click on it and then hit add. If you want to remove, you just hit remove. When you're done, you just go back and your criteria will pull up right here. Okay? Now another search, let's say that they want to be in Altamont Springs. They wanted to be in River Run South. However, we didn't find any properties in River Run South. Let's just say that we didn't. So we can't use the subdivision because there's not anything pulling up there. Or they want to live close to it. Or they want to live in a certain area of Altamont Springs. Okay? If that's the case, then we can go up here to map and click on map. And it'll pull up a map of the area. Okay? So they say, Rob, we want to live in Altamont Springs, but we don't want to live on the other side of I-4 or the other side of 436, meaning that they want to live over here somewhere, okay? So, and we would prefer that it be in the Spring Oak or River Run area. So okay, so we're gonna drill down, and we're gonna look and see. So we can drill down or be as broad or specific as we want. So here's Altamont Springs. And they said they want to be in the Meander area, which I know is over here, or the Spring Oaks area, which I know is over here. So, okay, so how do I do that search? Well, here you have your shape options here. If you want to do a radius, you just click on that, and you just pull out, okay? And then just click again, and it'll give you the radius map and pull up whatever's available in that radius. And that's what these houses will be. Okay, if I want to get rid of a shape, I just click on it and I say delete shape. Actually, I just hover and it'll give you the menu and you can hit delete. The best one to use, in my opinion, is polygon. So if you click on the polygon, this allows you to create your shape. So they're like, we don't want to go past 434, okay, but we like the Springs Oak area and we like the Meander Drive. Okay. So I know that's all over in this area here. And as you can see, I can make my shape however I want. When I'm finished with the shape, I just come back to the red dot and click on it again, and it'll complete the shape. And it still found the two homes here based on the price range, okay? So we created the shape of the map. So when you create a shape, even though I have the criteria here, it's only going to pull up that criteria that's in the shape. Now you can put multiple shapes on here. So if you want to look in just this area, and then you want to look just in this area here too, you can do that. That's entirely up to you. If we want to live in this area but not this area, but we like this area too, you can just create different map outlines for those specific areas and get as detailed as you want. Because you can drill down, you can just keep drilling down, and this will drill all the way down to streets. And at some point it'll give you a bird's eye view. But that's all we want for the sake of this search. So okay, we're good. So we go back to criteria and we hit results. And here's the properties that we have, okay? Now you can drill into the properties if you want and see what the properties are and see if they're fitting or not. If you look up here, this will give you your display options. So right now when you drill into it, it gives you a broker synopsis. If you want to go back to the list view, you just go to agent single line and it'll give you the list view again. So we'll say, okay, we want to send these properties to our client. All right, this is what popped up and we want to save this search. How do we do that? And then anytime we want to automate it, so anytime that a property in this area that meets this criteria comes up, it'll automatically send them an email that looks like it's from me. How can we do that? Well, you go down here and you click on save. And you'll see your options: new save search, new auto email, new speed bar shortcut. If you want to just save the search just for your sake, you can hit save search. However, if you want to send this to a client, you hit new auto email. And this will pop up, okay? And if you have your client already entered, you just pull down the client button and pull here. If they're not right here, just go more, click, and then it'll pull up all your clients. But my client's not in there. So, okay, so I create a client here. Then anything in yellow is mandatory. So John Smith at johnsmith@aol.com, I enter that. Okay, and then I hit save, and it'll save the contact for me. So, but for time's sake, and I don't want to create a contact, I'll say this is just for Faye Armitage. So I'll put her name in there. If I want it to send me a copy, I'll just BCC it. If I want to send it to Faye and someone else, I put them in CC. Now keep in mind that when you do this search, anything you enter in here, every time that the property is found and every time they send out an email, it'll send it to the CC and it'll always be CCU and it'll always have the same subject field and message. Okay? So I want to keep the message general and the subject line. Your Altamont Springs property search. And then keep this general. Faye, here are some properties that meet your criteria. Please let me know if any of these interest you and when you would like to view them. Kind regards. And then it sets all the information here, okay? So you put that in there, and that's going to be sent to her every single time that new properties come up. Your settings, concierge mode allows the client to play around with the search and things like that. That's up to you whether you want to click on that. You can put daily and give a certain time of day, AM or PM, that searches are sent, or just do ASAP. I always do ASAP, meaning that as soon as a property comes on the market or a status on a property has changed, the buyer prospect will immediately get an email with that information. If you put the scheduled times, it'll only send listings at the time that it's scheduled, even if the property's already been active for a while. So I want to put ASAP, and I just hit save, and that will, I don't want to send Faye this search, but I hit save, and that will save the auto search, and it will email her whatever properties were in the search, which is the 2 properties that we had. Okay? So to get out of that real quick, as long as my computer will let me, which for some reason it won't. Gotta love technology, right? So, go back to the home page. So we set up that search. So how do I find it and where is it, right? You're going to go to My Matrix and Auto Emails. Okay? Click on Auto Emails, and all your auto emails that you set up will be right here. Okay? So if there's a checkbox, that means that they're active. If there's a red exclamation point, that means they've expired or they've been canceled. Okay, if they're active, it'll tell you over here on the portal visit when the last time was this person looked at the properties. Okay, if they've never looked at it, you'll see that they've never bothered to look at the properties. If it was this week, you'll see right here. If it's been a couple days, you'll see it right here. Okay, you'll also be notified when properties are starting to become expired. But you can drill down into all of these. So if you want to delete them, you can just click here and you can either disable or delete them. If you want to do a market update, this will send them a quick market update on the property. But when you click on it, you'll see all this right here. If you want to change the criteria or change the settings, you just click on that. If you want to close the window, just hit that and it'll close. But this is where My Matrix, auto email, all your auto emails that you set up will be, and you can see if they've been touched, and if so, when. And we'll go over the looking for comparables in another video, but that's all the information that I have on this one for the individual property and multiple property search with auto email. Hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions, just call me.